Morning, guys. Welcome to today's pre-market analysis. Sorry, we are running a bit late. Uh, so we already got our pre-opening. It's below yesterday's closing. You can clearly see that. So I'll start off with the levels first, so we can discuss the things later. So if you see on Nifty's pivot line level, so yesterday we'll discuss a few things about yesterday as well. So if you see on this 15-minute time frame, if you see yesterday, we had an opportunity near to this level, but the levels was never been tested. But still, if you see support and resistance and pivot line, we see them as a zone. Okay, so but we could have taken an entry at this particular point, but overall, if you see, it was a trappy day today. Yesterday, the market was pretty choppy, a little bit, only a little bit movement, and it would have been making us trapped on that, but yesterday's day. So pretty much the opportunities was pretty less in Nifty. If you see, if you ask me, as of me, my view, the opportunities was pretty less, and so anyway, we'll find good opportunities today, and we will move on to today's level. So I'll start off with Nifty, and if you see, the pivot line for today lies at 26,280. 26,280. The levels are only a little bit changes in the levels. So as it already marked an all-time high again yesterday, 26,280, and support one lies at 26,180. 26,180 will be the first support level, and support 2 at 26,110. 10 and support 3 is at 26,000. It is 26,020, and 15 to 20 we marked as 26,000 because 26,000 we assume it as a psychological level, not really as it's all pure herd mentality. We assume it as a psychological level, 26,000, and resistance 1, 26,350 will be the resistance 1 over here, and resistance 2 is at 26,440, and resistance 3 at 26,500 we can mark. So these are the three resistance for the day with respect to Nifty, and we will quickly mark this levels. We will come back to this levels, and we will just mark the pivot line, which is a 26,280, which is pretty close to 20 points close to yesterday's level if you see. And the first resistance is at 26,350, and yesterday's was 400. 26,350 will be the first resistance for the day, and on the support side, 26,000 will be the third resistance. I hope my screen and audio, everything is visible. We will come back to these levels, and we will plan trades accordingly. And right now we will move on to Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty also, if you see, tested our resistance 1 on yesterday's level if you see. So market opened. So yesterday if you see, the opportunity from resistance 1's reversal from resistance 1 to the pivot line could have been traded, but to be frank, the movement was not supported by enough volume as well, and it's because of the all-time high reasons. We have this indecision in the market when it reaches all-time high, and also many sectors was lagging. If you see on yesterday, we at the start itself, HDFC and Infosys, everything was lagging. IT sectors, majorly everything was dragging the market. And anyway, like I said in Nifty, we will move on to today's level with respect to the pivot line 60,114. It is, we will mark it at 60,110 for the pivot line. Support 1 lies at 59,790. 59790, and support 2 is at 59,540, and support 3 is at 59,210. These are the three supports And with respect to the resistance, 160,370, and a resistance 2 at 60,607, 690 only will mark, and resistance 3 is at 60,950, and we'll mark these levels quickly as market already is trading 60,110. It is slightly up above our pivot line. If you see, the first resistance is 60,370. First support at 59,790. So these are the levels for Bank Nifty, and as you can see, the market is already above our pivot line level, but we need it to sustain above this level to plan the bullish entries. And we'll wait for that. We'll change it to 15-minute as well. 15-minute candle is having a good volume. It almost came above the yesterday's closing as well as the pivot line levels, above the pivot line levels. So we'll wait for this and we'll mark the Sensex level quickly. For Sensex, pivot line lies at 85,540. 85, 540. We'll mark 50 because it's 47 exactly. So we'll mark it as 50. And support 1 is at 85,210. 85,210. And support 2 at 84,980. 84,980. And support 3 at 84,640, and resistance 1 85,780 we will mark, and resistance 2 86,115, and resistance 3 at 86,345. It is, we will mark 350. So these are the three resistance and three supports with respect to the pivot line for the day for Sensex, and we will mark the first 85,780. And 85,550. It is already at 550, and this one 85,210. So these are the levels for the day for Sensex, and we'll move on to Nifty now. This will be between our resistance 1, resistance 2 and resistance 3, 26,440 and 26,500. So support 1, 26,180, and resistance 1, 26,350. Yesterday it was 400, today it's 350, 50 points down. This will be below support 1, which is at 26,180, and support 2, it is 26,110. It's pretty much close to our support one if you see, and we will wait for that for the initial 15 minute to close. So the candle itself is showing an indecision. You can see here it is forming like an doji candle near to our pivot level support, and it should either be, let's wait for the closing to happen, and indecision is already there in the start itself. If you can clearly see that with respect to the price action in this uh, uh, our chart itself, we can see with respect to the price action itself, we can see that. You look at the heat map as well. Stocks are kind of dragging the market. If you see, HDFC is also running negative, and Reliance as well running negative, and it's a different scenario in the IT sector. If you see TCS, Infosys, and it still are kind of neutral today. So if you see, and this is the major reason we are kind of having this dragging in the market. If you see, wait for this closing to happen, and after that, yes, students, what's so Bank Nifty is, even though the HDFC Bank is dragging, Bank Nifty came above our pivot line level. We'll wait for this closing as well. If it is closing above this level, then definitely we will go for the bull side entry on Bank Nifty. Let it close above this level. It's almost 10 minutes covered up, and it is still trading above the pivot line level. You can see that. So if it is crossing above this level and closing above this level, then definitely we can plan an entry on the Bank Nifty on the bull side. So as long as it is above the pivot line level, then definitely we can go for the bull side entry. But if you see on the heat map, it shows a pretty much dragging from the HDFC side. We'll open the NSE side, and which all NSE indices. 37 are advancing, and majorly Hindalco, Apollo, HDC Life, pharma sector, and on the basis of this Apollo, everything is running and having a boom. If you see, to almost 2 to 3% of more have been given, and on the downside, HDFC Bank is pretty lagging for the day. But I don't know why exactly Max Health is on negative side today. Almost every other segment in the bigger segment are on boom today. Almost 3%. JSW still we have been waiting for this, but we'll wait. Sun Pharma, we'll have a look at Sun Pharma now. The closing didn't happen yet. We'll wait for that. Sun Pharma, we'll have a look at Sun Pharma. Change it to a bigger time frame. See, it's right as a pullback. You can see here in Sun Pharma. So multi-month breakout, if we see from September 27, it was giving us a proper trend line with 1, 2, 3, and 4 touches almost. At the fourth touch, we got a breakout, and after that breakout, this is exactly a pullback scenario. If you see a proper breakout from the resistance and a pullback have been given, we can plan our entry from here with minimum of 1 1% risk to be frank, and expect a profit of 2 to 3%. This is we plan, and we can put our SL on a short term SL to the first swing low of this below this level. First swing low we can keep the SL. It's a perfect scenario for pullback. The pullback, a breakout, proper breakout have been given here, and a proper pullback have been given at this particular level. If you see on Sun Pharma. So Nifty, it is still on the buyer side. If you see, and it is crossing down below our support one. Not this support one, then definitely we can plan a trade on the buyer side. But exactly, we will see. We will wait for the Bank Nifty's as level. Bank Nifty level as well. So Bank Nifty is exactly opposite. If you see, it is trading above the pivot line level. Need for that breakout to happen. It's deep sea trading 60. So we can plan that particular entry. Nifty, it is exactly the opposite. It is breaking down below the support one. So we will wait for that closing to happen to get a confirmation. 26,120 is a good level, it seems. 120, yeah, I hope you're trading on futures. So 120, anyway, even if it is not on futures, we will see 20 to 26,120 level. Exactly, yeah, over here. If you see, but on a bigger time frame basis, if you see, Nifty is actually having a see in this format, higher high, low high format. It is going up, higher high and lower high, it is going up. So we will wait for this. So I don't, if it is coming below this level, then definitely it will go down on a bullish side, I believe so. But it should be rejecting from or thing from this level to maintain this level. If it is not maintained, then definitely we can go for a bear side entry, to be frank. So this is perfectly a higher high, lower high formation on a bigger time frame. On a 1 day time frame, if you see, definitely we can see clearly see this. But if it is breaking down below this level, then definitely we can assure that bear side movement is going to happen. So if you see here also, it was trading below this level, and again it is going back above that our support line level. So I believe it should bounce back from this level. So here we can see that. So if it is bouncing back from this level, then definitely we can go for a bull side entry to the at least to the pivot line level. 120 exactly on 5 minute time frame, right? Yeah, 120. Yes, yes, definitely. This zone is a good zone. Karthik G's identification is good. On this level, yeah, definitely this zone is a pretty good zone. If it is coming up to this level, then definitely what I have said is that on a bigger time frame, the higher high, lower high pattern will be disturbed. So if it is disturbed, then definitely I go for that bear side entries only. 100, yeah, exactly. Whatever Karthik ji said, that zone is perfectly fine. I feel that we on a 5 minute time frame on a we have a good quick support over this level and a consolidation level over here as well. Yeah, we are getting a bounce back over here. It's a perfect good opportunity if you are finding on a like trade to the pivot line level. See here changed. Still, we already have a, if it is closing positive, already have a bullish engulfing candle near to the support. See, we find this as a our first support, pivot support one, and we are getting a pivot support level one bullish engulfing candle. See, this is perfect opportunity to take a bullseye entry up to this particular point. If you see, if you ask me, this is what the price action shows to us. So here we can perfectly see a bullish engulfing candle. We only need a closing of this. Little candle 15 points. Yeah. Yeah, almost 40 and 50 points it came. So if you see, this is a perfect example for a bullish engulfing. Proper bullish engulfing happened. If it was not there, this wick was not there, it was clearly a like Marubasu candle with no wick and all. So it was a perfect example for a bullish engulfing candle near to our pivot support line level. It reflected, it bounced back from that particular level. We can give the first target up to our pivot line level. Then if it is breaking above this level, then definitely to the resistance one. If you see that in the first candle itself, almost we covered the for that gap uh, formed during the opening time. If we have properly covered that, so if you see, this was a perfect example for a bullish engulfing candle. This volume was also supported, but if you see on this candle, we'll wait for this candle as well. We'll see exactly Bank Nifty also one time. Okay, Bank Nifty also crossed above the pivot line level. The second two candles, the rejections are the here. If you see on the buyer side, two proper rejections to the zones are there. The volume is also pretty less, but on the second start of the 15-minute candle, if you see, we have a proper volume here as well. We could have plan a trade up to our resistance one with respect to the pivot line level. It is going up only. If we still have maybe because of our HDFC and Reliance combined together, maybe it is dragging down. 3% Reliance down now. That's pretty huge for Nifty to take. What about gold? Okay, we'll have a look at see. On a 1 day time frame, we have a good, great support and dynamic support at this level. If you see proper support, as long as it is above this, then definitely yeah, support touches over here. This is a good volume candle as well on a day time frame. For our funds first. Yeah, it shows a range bound movement. I feel like that it should come over this at this level, as at least for this level on market as a zone. The range bound market in gold, if you see for the last few days, if you see properly, it is maintaining that range. So I expect a movement up to here. And if it is breaking above, then definitely we can go for long in gold again. Once again, we can go for long. This level is kind of pretty good as well. We'll mark this also. Properly. See, it's a pretty good level in gold. So this particular level, if you see three times it got rejected again and a breakout, and it created an again a high, and it came reverse back down and properly tested at the dynamic support, and again it is reflecting rejecting back, bouncing back from that level on a range bound basis, and it gave a proper volume breakout at this particular critical level. If you see the 350 levels, if it again gave a, and again it is having a bull run to the to fulfill the range bound market. If you see, it is going up only, so definitely we can go long on gold. ICIC is on boom. Okay, we'll have a look. Yesterday I spoke to Dipanshu. Okay. Sir, what about ITC? ITC also और ICIC दोनों हम देखते हैं. ICIC पहले देख. ICIC तो pretty खतरनाक बूम है. तो फिर 1 डे टाइम फ्रेम में या अच्छा 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 बूम चल रहा है आईसीआईसी में. ट्रिपल कैंडल कंफर्मेशन एंड ऑल प्रीवियस लेवल रेसिस्टेंस हैव बीन ब्रोकन. यहाँ अगर देख रहे हैं तो फिर अच्छा खासा ब्रेकआउट भी दे रखा है यहाँ से इसी लेवल से. तो नेक्स्ट वी कैन टारगेट अप टू एटलीस्ट दिस लेवल, टू बी फ्रैंक. It's a pretty good breakout on a long time basis. चल almost 3% yesterday, मतलब 1.2% और उससे पहले 1.2. So perfectly it is balancing the, and let's see the volume is also supporting over here. If you add volume separately also, Yeah, the volume candles are also supporting, but decreasing. But to be frank, but it is a good breakout. We'll wait for a retest at this level. If you want to go for a swing or long term, or either you can take it the breakout itself. But almost if you see on this level, on the basis of this level, if you see 400, 5 rupees up again. Nice. This is a good pick, bro. Actually, Karthik, bro, I guess. Yeah, this is a good pick. ITC is dragging down. What ITC is having? Oh my God. So ITC got hit with the that US news based move. This is exactly. So oh, these support also been broken. Every low have been broken. This is on a news based move. NG. ICC on a ITC is on a news based move. It is dragging down very much pretty badly. So it broke almost every swing loss on a bigger time frame. If you see, it's to a weekly bigger time frame. Even. It's another weekly swing low. So if you are holding any particular trade, it is pretty risky to hold, to be frank. But anyway, ITC, I expect it to come back, but the required time takes a huge delay in that. Our money will also be get stuck. If we was, if we were planning for a trend, then definitely it is a stuck situation. To be frank, to be openly frank, it is pretty bad on ITC's case. This is another weekly swing low. So if it is breaking any level below this, then I find it that it could have a retest at this particular point. So ITC it's purely news-based move. This is weekly on a news-based move. We'll see. I will add say and see. Seems to one day. Some panic selling have been happened over here pretty badly, and it is trading at 14, 15 RSI. It is pretty bad to be frank. This is clearly a panic selling happened over here on the basis of news. Panic selling have been happened. So we have to wait for that bounce, that proper support ITC find to bounce it back. So I find it to like these two supports, and if it is bouncing back from this level, then definitely it take anyway. It will take a little bit time. I feel. See, in the first day itself on a news day, everyone panic sell to be higher, huge volume, and on the RSI part also, it is trading at a very oversold zone, 15 range RSI. So anyway, it should take that any that proper support and it should bounce back. Feel. So I should not be like a trap it yesterday, but still our heavyweight stock are still dragging Nifty. And it sees also if we see 35 still the other heavyweight stocks are still dragging, but Nifty should pick up at least to our pivot level. If it is crossing above the opening high, then we can have a further assurity in our move. Swing again, trying to push above. The buyers are trying to push above. If you see, this is stays high. If it is breaking above that level, then definitely similar to what I said on Nifty, then we can double confirm that movement. Anyway, we wait for this to. I believe that it will hit our pivot line level from this which we have planned them to bullish engulfing candle with the pivot line support. A good example for pivot support, bullish engulfing candle. So I expect this move to the pivot line level. If any further changes happen, then properly we can exit our position at this properly at the start wherever we took the entry. So it is anyway gaining. I expect this move to happen up to the pivot line level. And similar to the Bank Nifty as well, if resistance is already trading above our pivot line level, it should move up to the resistance 1. Anyway, we will join you back with the in 10 minutes. We will join you back with the live market analysis again. Dipanshu will be conducting. You guys can join, and I wish everyone a good day. Thank you for joining us. I will wind up for the day, and we'll soon enough we will be coming again with the live market analysis at 10 minutes more. So thank you guys. I'll wind up. Thank you so much.